This is the local and national news from Fabulous 103 FM, brought to you via YouTube. And it would be fabulous if you subscribed to our YouTube page, with the promise in the future that at different times we'll have subjects that are only available to those who subscribe. So please, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's easy. Click the subscribe button. And at the same time, click the like button too. The Fuel Fund Executive Committee has approved a last-minute decision to subsidise diesel in Thailand when the current agreement expires on Sunday. Previously capped at 30 baht, diesel users can expect an initial 32 baht a litre at the pumps, but with the expectation that prices may well rise to a maximum of 35. The committee will review global prices weekly to determine if and when the future increases are applied. 2 baht is, according to most, an OK rise, and will not see noticeable increases in transportation of goods or retail prices to consumers. Thai media is awash with reports of some 300 women who, it's claimed, signed up for casino work via an online promotion, seeing them travel to a promise of well-paid jobs across the border in Burma. Instead, it's claimed that they were forced into prostitution. One woman has come forward after escaping to report to police that she'd been threatened and told she was automatically in debt to her effective kidnappers for 25,000 baht. She and another woman fled the casino-based operation and made it to the border crossing, where they waited for shift changes in border guards and finally waded across the river to waiting Thai authorities. Both ladies have stated that some 300 other women are being held against their will and that all have been recruited online after a so-called social media influencer ran a live broadcast promising real work and guaranteeing that it was safe. In Chiang Mai province, the appeal courts have given control of confiscated housing developments to the Treasury Department with plans to demolish them. The luxury developments, some of which had already been sold to the well-heeled, were built on close to 90 rai of state-owned forest land at the base of the Doi Suthep hillside. 45 houses in all, plus condos, and the contents of those are expected to be sold at auction before demolition takes place. The battle to take back the land has run for 4 years since conservationists first appeared before courts. Top policemen at the Royal Thai Police headquarters have told media that disciplinary hearings against officers across all ranks accused of corruption has resulted in 25 found guilty, 19 sacked and 6 allowed to resign. In all, since January, a total of 88 have been relieved of their jobs. Good news for bike racing fans as the state has approved the return of the annual MotoGP in Buriram following 2 years of absence due to COVID. As the country recovers and urgently looks forward to returning to normal, so racers from around the globe will be invited to the event, which is expected to build tourism for that region too. Meanwhile, at home and in our region this morning, the province reports 467 new cases of COVID discovered from PCR testing, seeing Chonburi report 100, Sirachar 139, Banglamung 86 and Sattahip 49. In the same period from ATK testing done by medical professionals, they report 2,737 fails. Nationally, the government reported this morning 14,053 new cases around the nation, with 16,782 people recovered and released from quarantine, but with a continued high of 129 deaths attributed to the virus during the same period. As we reported this week, Walking Street goes back to becoming a pedestrian precinct, so at the same time police in the region are clamping down on anything that causes traffic hold-ups, ahead of the hoped return to business here. On Soi Buakhao, bike parking has, to say the least, become random, seeing roadside parking on the already narrow Soi blocking traffic in many cases. Cops have been out in the past few days, especially at night, moving them on and reminding riders that it's a road, not a car park. And in Jomtien, seafront vendors have been moved on after complaints that many were trading outside of approved hours or again causing congestion. Storms through the night have seen minor flooding in some areas and debris blown by gusts of wind onto the roads. Bike riders are warned to keep a plastic raincoat with them as the storms cover much of Thailand and will continue throughout the weekend. The good news, though, is that with the rain, the smog reports for the region show excellent visibility and air quality. And with the Met Office promising a cooler day, highs of around 33 dropping down to 28, but with storms continuing through the weekend. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme,